stripes.
However you want. I don't know what year it is, but
So skinny.
hello, testing, hello, testing.
Ow!
Whoa, are you okay?
I sucked in my muscles, and I just got a pee.
Whoa.
I've been working out.
For real?
I've
Are
been
you
doing
kidding?
what?
For real?
Yeah, I've been doing, like you said, get up and do.
Oh,
So it's starting to.
you start to feel it. It's true. Like you think I'm not doing anything, but no, you're working out, bro.
I've been looking at meditation. Oh, should I say this for the podcast?
We're recording.
Oh,
We're on, homie.
I'll save it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
No, I've been doing workouts and meditation. I don't hear anything.
You don't? You should be able to. But that's good. I mean, remember we were gonna have a podcast where we're gonna meditate, but I'm like, nah, let people take care of their own mental. I have enough with mine.
I know. I'm like, I guess the mental could help the mental.
Well, they say most of the psychologists and therapists are fucked up in the head, but they can fix other people. That's why I wanted to be a counselor. Because I'm fucked up.
That. You think that's really true?
I do because I feel like they have a good understanding of, like I have a good understanding of mental issues because I have them. And I don't want to say that like I have like a serious, I don't even know how to say it without being, I don't know how to be politically correct apparently. So, but I mean, who you consider, because I'm talking more than anxiety but like depression and anxiety are considered to be mental issues as well, right? It's part of your mental health.
Yeah.
So anxiety, depression, panic attacks, stuff like that, shit that I was having a conversation earlier with the lady, and I was telling her how back in the day I couldn't say this out loud, so much less put it on a fucking podcast. But
Dude.
I'm not afraid of saying that I deal with those issues. You know what I mean?
Because I have therapists that I don't think she liked me. And I don't know if that's just my insecurity, but, well, I was flaky. And she called me out, like, because I canceled, like, only an hour before. And she's like, did you know about this? Because I told her I had this thing. And she's like, you should have canceled, like, you should have given me 24 hours notice. And I'm like, you're right, my bad. And after that, she was just, like, kind of upset with me.
I think I have to piss, bro. I was like, I just peed. But I'm so sorry.
Soda makes me...
Go ahead and sing a song.
La, 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 la.
I had to, I did wash my hands. I've been having an issue with my bladder, and so I'm not drinking as much coffee in the morning, but if I drink anything, then it's like I have to go to the restroom 7 times, 7 times in 30 minutes, and then I'll be fine. Maybe more than 30 minutes.
7 times?
I go to the bathroom between 8 and 10, at least 7 times. 2 hours in the morning. But in the morning, when you were telling me the story, I thought I had to poop. I was like, do I have to take a shit? I'm like, let me analyze my body. I'm like, I think it's just pee. But no, I was going to tell you, I went to a therapist because they say you got to find the right one. And that's it's hard to find the right one so I went to one that also I thought was mean. And she told me something similar. I felt like she wasn't really doing anything.
Yeah.
And I went, and at that point, I was like being verbally abused in my relationship. So I thought I had problems. So I went in and said things, and she's like, your partner's crazy. Like literally, she was like saying, no, she's the one with the issue, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't feel she was helping me much. And I stopped going, and she would leave me like nasty emails like that. And I remember, or voicemails. I remember one of them was like, she's like, I don't know if you know how this works, but when you go to she fucking told me off. I'm like, do you think I'm gonna come back to that, bro? I'm not gonna go back to someone that's like yelling at me. Yeah, that's the way
this lady was. And it's funny, not to stereotype, but she had red hair. Like she was a natural redhead. You know,
They say they're crazy.
the stereotypes of redheads and temper. So
It's because the sun hits them too hard on the head.
but I mean, in retrospect, look, college.
Oh, edumacated.
College. No.
Edumacated.
In retrospect, I think, you know, I could see her point of view. Like, she, you know, she has it's a business. And then I'm getting all my feelings hurt. Because I think I have this, I think ever since Blade died, and then my brother died, and my sister died, I kind of had this, like, well, everyone should just, you know, give me, you know, extra credit, you know, in my mind. And I didn't really think about what I was doing, but then I was like, no, you don't. I mean, people's families die, you know. It's like
you mean people needed to be nicer to you, or like
Yeah,
give you more
something
credit for dealing with the shit?
yeah, like not entitlement per se, but just like I've been through so much, so I need a break. But
Well, I was gonna tell you,
life doesn't work like that.
I think opposite actually. I think that if you're going to therapy, you have issues, shouldn't they be nicer to you? Shouldn't they treat you? It's kind of like if I go to the hospital because I have a broken leg and they're like, well, you gotta walk and then I'll help you. Okay, shouldn't you fix the fucking leg first and then we can start walking and shit? So for her
Totally.
to treat you, or like this woman to be like, I'm the bit, like, whoa, bro, shouldn't you be taking care of my little feelings? Because I'm obviously going there. And I remember I went to this other therapist and she had quit smoking a couple years previous, and her best friend committed suicide around the time I was going. I was therapying her, bro. Like, she was telling me about how she went back to smoking, and like, I'm like, I would come out of there and be like, I just talked about you. I'm like, this is bullshit, you know? So I've never hit the right one, and I just feel like me talking to myself is better. You know?
I know, but I had a really good therapist, and she like affirmed, like, you know, what I was going through, and she was kind of like a hippie. She was just more on my level, like as a person. Maybe we had like similar backgrounds, so I think we connected. But she retired, and so I don't know. I think I compared the lady with the red hair to her,
And
she gave me lots of support. And her office was like had cactus and these like homemade Afghans, and it was just really comforting. But the other lady was like a leather couch, and it was kind of like just sterile, like a sterile environment. So I think we just didn't connect, like, mentally. I don't know.
And you're right, because, well, they said to find your right person, but I've been lately thinking, if I can go to a gay woman, I think I would be better. I think it would work better for me if I can find a lesbian. So maybe it is, because I was just thinking, a friend of mine that would tell me how her therapist was amazing. She was a hippie, and her therapist was also I forgot what they're called, but they do therapy with horses. Equino or some shit like that, like whatever the
Equine something.
yeah, whatever the Latin word is, where I know it's equine, and I want to say it in Spanish now, and I can't think about it in Spanish. But anyway,
I know what you're talking about.
so I'm like, how now that I'm thinking about it, it's like she connected with this person because she's super hippie and like I love Earth and shit, you know. But I'm like, so yeah, we got to find someone that shit. I don't know, but.
I get it, and they say that, like, it helps if you're, like, black, that your therapist is a person of color, maybe not.
They know the struggles.
Yeah, you know, a black or brown person, and
And like most therapists are women.
that's true.
I wonder if because they're more
I've never had a guy
nurturing.
therapist.
I've never known a guy therapist.
It's kind of like maybe they set up men with men therapists. I don't know.
Well, no, The Sopranos, he had a female therapist.
Ah.
Tony did. Well, I don't know. I don't know any man that goes to therapy, or maybe they don't want to disclose it. I don't know any man that openly is going to therapy. And maybe that's the problem.
That
We're fucking
profession is because generally women are more in touch with their emotions and feelings. So, but I mean, I don't know what the like percentage is. If it's like teachers or
Oh, like
what?
the majority of teachers are females?
I think it's 5 or 10%. 5 or 10% of men are in that field.
You know,
I just remember I put beans on this morning in my
slow cooker?
slow cooker.
Is it slow cooking right now?
It's slow. It's probably really done right now.
Shit.
Think they'll be okay?
They're gonna dissolve. Probably. If it's
To
too
mush
probably.
like refried beans.
I mean, it'd be easier to make it refried.
But I think it turns off to warm.
Yep.
So it should be
Usually the ones.
Sorry,
unless you have a super old one, you know.
No, it's a ninja.
Oh, you got a fancy one. Yeah,
But
no,
I
but
just remembered. I was like, oh shit.
that's funny because in Spanish we have a phrase like "se te queman los frijoles." It's like your beans are about to burn, and like for you, it's actually like for real, and it's actual beans, you know. But anyway,
Sorry.
what was
Well,
I was gonna tell you
We were
something
talking about
the
like the men.
yeah, the men in the therapy. I forgot what the point I was, or whatever it was, but yeah, man, therapy. Well, speaking about new, I got a new iPhone and I feel like an old, bro. Like I don't know how to do the thing where
And old.
you can look at your flashlight. I'm having a hard time like putting the screen down to where so your thumb can reach. You know, like I need that little button on the bottom. I'm feeling so old. I'm like I grab it and I'm like, well, I want to turn on, and I have it backwards.
Yeah, I know. That's how I read. Because sometimes I'll be like, oh, it's a second. So.
I don't know what I wrote here on my notes, but I put opening while pooping. Opening what? Your asshole? And then while laying down. And then my other one. Masturbating is uncomfortable now. What? Bro, was I drunk? What is this? Star Wars porn. Oh, I remember that. So I saw this porn. Oh, I wanted to tell you a story earlier, but I couldn't. Let me tell you, well, they both start the same way. So I was watching this porn. It was a Star Wars animation. What's the name of that girl? I forgot. It wasn't Queen Amidala. It was that new one, Rogue or something. The one with the movie Rogue. Oh man, she was getting it from aliens, from those white troopers.
Oh gosh.
The white troopers had normal dicks, but the aliens had like these massive, look like tentacles. And they at one point she started enjoying it. It's a cartoon, okay? But I'm like, it was pretty interesting. But then the other story I was gonna tell you, I was watching a porn with it was a couple of brown guy and a brown girl. The girl didn't look that dark. I think they were Mexican, but I couldn't tell the accent of the moans. But so she puts her legs up, and I was actually having this conversation too about how brown and black people, you can see the line in our palms and the bottom of our feet because it's more light color, right? So you can usually see a very defined line. One's brown
with the pigmentation.
Yeah, with the pigmentation, like you look the same color, So, and when I get a tan, you can see it more on my hands, like hardcore. But my feet, usually, you don't see it really, right? I'm not that dark. Well, I was watching this porn, and this girl puts her feet up, and I thought she had like something on the bottom of her feet, because I'm like, that can't be her feet. They're too white on the bottom. Because the light, like, she was dark, but she was just brown. It wasn't like she had like a dark, pigmentation. She was just like browner, more brown than me. But I just thought it was incredible how her feet looked like she had like something on the bottom.
Yeah.
Like that's how white it looked. I couldn't concentrate anymore other than I wanted her to put her feet down, but she wouldn't. I'm like,
damn her.
I can't work with this anymore because I don't care about the color. I love all kinds of colors.
Give me another.
But I'm like, maybe you should put your feet down. It's kind of like taking from the action. You know what I mean? The guy had a hideous ass. So I'm already looking at this bad angle, with like a guy that has a terrible ass. Why is it that we're supposed to not care? And obviously I don't care. I am not attracted to men. But why do we not care when guys are so assless? Like so assless that is like sad when they're fucking. They look so sad.
Like that dog. Have you seen the meme of I think it's a bulldog, and he's standing up, and it's like.
So it's like most of this porn, they have these angles, to see the penetration or whatever's happening. And I'm like, they couldn't get a guy that like. And if the dick was so impressive, then all right, no assless dude, you got an impressive dick. But the dick is like average, and then you got no ass. I don't know. I feel like porn, like we should be critical with the men too.
Yeah.
Like what's that guy from? I don't know if it's NCSI or that bald guy. That he has this massive ass that all the women are always. What's his? He's like in either NCSI or in one of those shows, and he has a goatee and he has like really really short hair here on the sides, like my stepdad, but he's mostly bald. You know that guy? He was just on the cover of Men's Health or one of those magazines. I'm gonna send you some pictures. This guy's butt is crazy. Looks like a woman's bubble butt. Not like a woman with big hips, like the grits and but like with like an athlete girl's butt. Like if you were a very petite woman, but you still had that ass, like that would be like. But that's his. It's incredible, bro. I'm like, when he turns around, I'm a little attracted to him.
I like. I think that's why I like a lot of black guys.
Because they got the butt.
I like to grab it onto it.
I think I would be sad if I had a boyfriend that had like a no ass like that. And I see most guys like their pants are falling off. I'm like, can you do a couple squats every day? I'm like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, you ask for so much of my body. Like, can you do some squats, bro? Shit, I'd be mad if my boyfriend had like a flat ass and I'm supposed to keep myself like sexy or whatever. Like, because I don't have a curvy body. I gain a little bit of weight. I got no hips. I got no nothing, right? So if I was gonna work hard to keep my body looking a little decent, so that I have some sort of a waistline, you better do some squats, motherfucker. And if your dick is worthless, you better like fucking work that ass, man.
It's so funny because I look at thin women and I like my ass. Don't get me wrong, but and maybe when I do lose weight, not if, when. Notice that distinction?
Yes.
This is like positivity.
Might be a little loud. Sorry.
What was I gonna say?
That when you lose weight.
Because I want to be able to like Andrew. Sometimes he'll put his feet up in the chair. Like, I want to be flexible like that. So when I'm sitting in the chair, I can't even cross my legs. Because I don't have the thigh gap. I got the thigh meat.
That's right.
But I think it's because my panza. I get it.
Well,
but I want to be because when I was younger, I used to like, sit. When I sat down, my knees would come up to my ears.
Chest.
Chest. But when I didn't have a chest. But I want to be, like, flexible. Like, I want to be able to cross my legs someday. That's like on my bucket list.
And then sex is better. when you have some sort of condition.
Yeah,
Because I get tired fast, bro.
it's true.
I'm like, I need a break. And then once you have a break,
Or
you're like, let's just...
I get a muscle cramp. I think
Yeah, a
a lot
Charlie
of
horse
people
and
get
shit.
muscle cramps, even if they're
Well, maybe if
Well,
you're in a
maybe-
weird position.
maybe if they don't hydrate as well.
Yeah, I don't hydrate very well. See, I need to get better.
Like my pee was yellow today.
Oh, see? We need to get to our
I'm
piss
wrong.
being not yellow. Because you are wrong.
If it, what is that?
If your piss is yellow, you're wrong!
That's so funny.
I've been wrong, you know, since I came out of ROTC, but I don't, oh, I saw this show, bro, on Netflix. It's gonna come out. It's called Reservation Dogs instead of Reservoir Dogs.
Oh,
And I've never seen a show about a native reservation. Have you? And it's a comedy.
there's not very many.
It's not. There's not a lot of shows with Native Americans. Just all Native Americans. There's a couple of whiteys in there, you know, but
I know that show.
white people. Don't get.
What?
Sorry. Sorry. Let's not get into those.
What is that show? Where it's like the nerdy Indian guy, and then I forgot the name of it. It's a show like
Big Bang Theory?
But no. It's not a show. It's a movie.
Oh, see? Okay.
Sorry.
A movie with Aziz what's his name? Aziz Ansari or something? Or no?
No.
Short? No.
No.
Oh, I'm thinking Indian. What a dummy. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking Indian. So sorry. That was so rude.
Not Native American.
Not Native American, but like real, like from India, you know? Because in Spanish, we call ourselves Indians. Like we're indigenous. Instead of saying I'm indigenous, I'm like, I'm Indian. That's why I confused it. I wasn't trying to be rude or anything like that. But no, it looks funny, bro. It looks like it's in the reservation and just how like their shit, you know? Like it looks, I don't know. I want to see it. It looks pretty cool. I also wanted to talk to you about Kelly Clarkson. Did you see how she has to pay spousal support?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Because I know a lot of people think it's not fair. Do you think it's like equality, or do you think? I'll be honest with you. Like, what kind of a man gets fucking income from his ex-woman? That's lame, bro. Like, imagine if you got with Kelly Clarkson's ex. You're gonna live off Kelly Clarkson? I'm like, you're not a man, bro. I don't care you were married to a rich woman.
Yeah, that's...
It's different if, let's say that instead of Jeff Bezos, it was his wife that had the money. And they got a divorce. Okay, well, she needs to give him his money. But, like, this dude married an artist, and now, like, this artist is gonna have to pay for his life? I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
And maybe I am being a little, not machista, but like, or not, I don't know if it's sexist or what the word is, but what kind of a man is like, hey, ex-wife, pay my bills? Like, how can you even get in another relationship with and be like proud? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like, dude, get to work, and if they have kids, then maybe he needs a little bit of money so the kids have the same lifestyle, right? But spousal support, bro? Why? So you can have a nice house because she has a nice house because she worked her ass off after American Idol? Nah, bro.
Pretend there was this dude, and he was married to this chick, and one of her family members dies, and it's across the country. Would you do like a what's that app where you can get money?
Venmo?
No,
PayPal?
no.
Cash App?
Where you can donate money to
What
is it called?
Fuck. I know what you're talking about. That you can open up an account for someone
Yeah.
for help.
Well, they put this thing so he could go to his
Cash
wife.
fund. Cash fund me?
A fund, GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. There you go.
Well, this guy put up a GoFundMe to visit his wife that is grieving one of her family members lost. Would you?
Because he couldn't afford to go?
Yeah.
So what's the question? Would I put money in there?
would you donate? Like, is that sexist to think he's a man?
Well, we must be old school because I feel the same way. Like, what kind of a man can like take care of himself? And we've been conditioned, and maybe our old school heads, we've been conditioned that the woman needs to be taken care of because she takes care of the house, right?
Yeah.
So I guess maybe we're in that state that because a woman can do both.
Yeah.
She can be taking care of the house and outside. She can be a single mom. She could be, you know. So you can't, and you, like the reason I don't want to be mean and be like, oh, I'm like judging men, you know. But the moment you have a dick, life treats you differently. You're more privileged.
So you pretend this guy is a white dude and he has a job.
Men get paid more than us.
That's right. That's, I think, the kicker, because they do get paid. No, even I think.
Like, if we go for the same job, statistics-wise, or like, you know, a man's gonna make more than a woman. That's a fact. That's not like, you know, it's a fact. The same as women of color make less than white women. Like, when you think about, I'm not talking about our job per se. I'm talking about, you know, when you, like, the big picture. Overall, minorities make less, but women, it's a fucking fact. They make less than men. So, nah, bro. He needed to figure it out on his own.
Would you donate?
If I donated, I would donate $5
to a person. Okay.
I would donate. If I felt like, I've been instances where I've been broke, and I'm getting paid, but I haven't gotten my check, and things came up, and I have no money in the bank, you know. So if in that instance, if he was going through the same, then I put like, you know, $5, $10, but I would expect it back.
Do you think it would be different? Just kidding. Say if he was injured and he couldn't work.
But if he's injured and he can't work, then he gets some sort of help from the government.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, this guy is just this imaginary person we created. I think he needs to just get his shit together.
But if it were a woman,
well, then I have questions. Why doesn't she have the money? Does she not have a job? Does her job not pay her well? Does she have kids? Does she? You know what I mean? Like, because also with him, is he divorced and he has child support? I know a guy that has to live with roommates because child support takes most of his money. That sucks. You're a grown-ass 50-year-old and you have to have roommates because wifey gets all the money for child support.
They have to take him to...
See, that's when I'm on their side. Because...
Okay.
I don't know, bro. I guess we can't just... It's not black and white. It's not black and white. It depends. Because there are situations where I'll tell you, like, nah, fuck that guy, he's a loser. And others when I'm like, nah, she's being a bitch.
What if someone came to your house and they're like, when did you get that TV?
I'd be like, during COVID.
I'm like, yeah, that's what I said. And she never said, you know, where did you get money? But that's what she was asking. Like,
how did
since when do you have money?
I mean, credit. You know, you can put things on credit and fuck yourself up.
Yeah. Because in the past, say this person had to borrow money to get...
Oh, so now you're like, oh, so you have some money to...
you have a TV now, but you're borrowing money?
Oh.
But that... Say that was like 2 years ago, and you got...
Did you pay the money back or no?
Yeah.
So then what does it matter?
Except for maybe... We're not talking about me.
No, I'm saying like...
Hypothetically.
Let's say if somebody lets me borrow...
they only owed them like $100 out of like $700.
Oh.
So...
God damn it, can you not buy a TV just because you owe $100 to someone? I mean, I get it, like you should... do your shit first, but you know, I told you like I was without internet for a couple days. It's so weird because I have like 4 DVDs. I don't have a DVD player, bro. So I was like, I must have put these in my ass and play them and shit. the fucking new laptops don't come with the CD thingy. So I was like, what do I do, bro? Like, and so someone suggested, well, on your phone. I'm not a peasant. I'm not gonna watch shit on my phone like a fucking teenager, bro. Like, I have a house to myself. I should be able to watch my TV. And for me, you know, or like for you, I'm sure too, living alone, we do whatever we want. Like, I'll be topless watching TV with a beer at fucking 11 on Sunday. I don't care. You know, like, I do what I do. If I want to smoke a cigar and smoke up my living room,
Yeah.
it's my fucking living room.
I used to think, well, my house is so close to my neighbors. Like, you know, when I smoke cigarettes, you know, because I always smoke cigarettes, I think about, oh, are they going to smell my cigarettes?
And so what if they do?
I only smoke like once a month.
Well,
Every once in a while, I just want a cigarette.
I smell my neighbor's hippie scents, and her when she doesn't clean for weeks. I can smell her nasties. And my old neighbor, I could smell whenever he smoked weed. I could smell it too. You know, like it was like. But so what, bro? Like, I can't control like ducks and shit. So, and then if you're in your house, and because I'm connected to people, you know, condo status, you are in your house, and then there's another house. Nah, fuck them. I knew someone. We both know someone. That the neighbor would complain about her cigarette smoking, but her houses were really close together. And I guess she would smoke in the backyard, and the backyards were tiny, so the smoke would go to their backyard, and they had kids, and it's fucking tiny. So at the same time, I was on her side. It's her house. It's her lungs. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
You know, my sister, she smoked. She eventually quit, but when she smoked, she's like had a little fan in it. Like, she opened a window if she couldn't go out. But I mean, I don't know.
I
Is this
remember.
boring?
I don't know. We got 33
What are we
minutes. in.
talking about that?
I remember being like, it wasn't even high school, bro, because I was so nerdy in high school. It was college, and I would smoke weed. And remember that device? I don't know if you ever created that device that it was like with the toilet paper roll, and then you put a drying sheet with a rubber band. Really? That's old school, bro. So you grab the toilet paper roll or the paper towel roll, just the cardboard thing, right? And you put a dryer sheet or two with a rubber band on one end. So when you smoke inside your little weed, you blow it and it smells like the freshener from the little dryer sheets. So whenever I lived at my parents and I started college and I would smoke there, I am close to the window because my mom's so OCD and her sense of smell is incredible, bro. So I would be by the window, like with my little device, but I smoke like that, and you know, it was cool because it was mainly the smoke going from your mouth to the tube, and on the whatever you were smoking it, whether a joint or a little pipe or whatever, that's the smoke that would go. Because the rest, I guarantee you, one day we should try it and you'll see like how, because it smells good. It smells like the dryer sheet.
Oh, okay.
But my mom's sense of smell is so good that one day she tells my brother, I've been smelling a skunk at night, so we really need to look at that. But my mom, like, she has never done any drug, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't nothing,
My
you know?
mom,
So she didn't know what the smell was.
well, she caught on because my brother was younger.
Oh. No, well, my brother comes up to me and he just gives me a look like, fucking clean up your shit. I'm like, I had the little device. I didn't think she could smell, but... So then I started smoking in the garage. Maybe I shouldn't say this in case one day she listens to this podcast. I'll be like, you didn't understand, Mom. I was saying something else in English, but you confused the words. Marijuana in English actually means flower, Mom.
It is called
Just
flowers.
kidding. Oh, tell your story.
So
One time.
I get medicinal marijuana, and so I went. The first time I went to dispensary, I was the guy. He's like, so what are you looking at purchasing? And do you want some flour? And I was like, oh, flour? Does that mean I could bake some brownies? do you have a recipe for that? I would like to do that. And they're like, he just looks at me like, are you serious, lady? He's like, no, it's like the bud. I'm like, oh.
Like FLOWER.
And then I think I text you, and I wrote flower,
Yeah.
like FLO.
I remember. Yeah. And I was like, what do you mean? But I remember a while back I texted you something and you never replied. And now I know why. You didn't know what I was saying. Because I think I said flower at one point. Remember, I don't know if it was those cookies. Remember that one time with the cookies?
Oh,
One
yeah.
time Larissa and I, well, this person gave me these cookies. I shouldn't say this. No. I was going to say who gave it to me. Never mind. This person gave me these cookies, and until we getting paid, I cannot disclose all this information. Anyway, so I go to Larissa's because she was going to help me. Have we said this in the pod before? I don't think so, huh? Well, who
I
cares?
don't remember.
I don't think we talk about our experiences. So, you went and helped me get a dryer, a washer, or dryer or something, and I had these cookies, and I had my coffee, and I was like, you want some, Larissa? Even though, they got some flour in there. And so you're like, nah, I better not. And when we were done, you're like, yeah, sure, I'll have one. So you ate 1.5, I think. And we went to your house, and I had my car there. So then I went home. And then like 5 minutes later, Larissa calls me, can you come back? Something's wrong. I'm like, what do you mean?
Do you have was that laced with LSD?
It's like, that weed was laced. I'm like, bro, I don't
Because
even
you
feel
had like
anything.
5 to my 1 or something.
Yeah, I had like 5 of
You're
them.
like, this
And
don't even work.
I went home like, God, I wish I was high. Because I live with my moms. So I was like, but I remember, so then I went there. And I had to hold your hand for like 30 minutes.
And you got me snacks, I think.
Because I kept telling you to eat stuff so it would absorb it, but you
Yeah.
were so panicked you didn't want to do anything. So I'm like,
Even
you gotta
now,
eat, bro.
I can't take the gummies. Not a lot of them. Because I start, like, I was focusing on stuff, and then I kind of have, like, mini panic attacks. Like, I wake up and I'm like,
That sucks.
I forgot something, in my
Oh.
brain.
Gummies don't really do anything to me. Because I had a friend, and she smokes on a regular. And she gave me some gummies, and she's like, I just had to take half, and I'm good. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I better take a quarter. Right, I ate 2.5 that night while we were talking. And yeah, I slept really, really good, but I didn't feel shit. And I woke up fine, So I guess if I eat 3, I can sleep good, but it doesn't do shit to me like that. But not to say that if I smoked it might, I guess for some reason gummies or edibles don't really like do that much to me. But yeah, no, I like all those shits. But anyway, the other
shits.
thing that I wanted
I
to
like all
tell
those
you,
shits.
yeah,
Did you hear what you said?
yeah, it's like when Rory
We
said,
gotta do each other. I'm just kidding. There's a commercial. I just heard that back. I just heard my
I'm
words.
seeing someone now, right? We should have done this 2 years ago. If you really wanted
But it's
to try.
like, you know how you said you have to do you?
Yeah, do you? Oh, we gotta do us. Yeah, we
I
gotta
want
do
to
us.
do you. No, that's
No, that doesn't sound right, bro.
Anyways,
We gotta do us to the max. How about that? That's the max.
we don't need to do each other.
No, but nah, bro. I was gonna ask you about Simone Biles, but I guess it's pointless to keep talking about it. But I was telling you this that Jalen Rose had the best answer when they're asking him, well, how do you feel about the people that telling her that she's lame and she just needs to get back to work and blah blah blah. And he's all like, honestly, those are the same people that think that what happened on January 6th at the Capitol was a picnic. So
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about what they think. It's like, that's so true, bro.
I mean, she has so many medals. I have this theory whenever the Olympics come on, it's all about like how many medals did the Americans, but what about those? Did you see the opening commencement where they had like little tiny countries with like maybe 200,000 people, and there's like 5 people representing? Those 5 people are representing their country, and if they win any kind of medal, it's like they're probably going to put a plaque in the main city, or not a plaque, but a honoring. But I just think about those countries, and then Americans like, we have 100 medals and blah blah blah, and I think it's a media thing, but I'm like, I don't always just go for the Americans. I go for those 5 people that could win a medal to represent their country and to be proud of it. Like some of these little countries I've never even heard of. They when they were showing all the like, they would have their flag and they would go across, and I lost my train of thought. But
well, to me,
I forgot what my point was.
To me, it feels like Americans are, and I'm American too, but Americans, I'm including myself, we're all about, no, I'm not including myself in this, let me mind. So I just feel like, yeah, we all are kind of so mean to the athletes. And dude, look at, other than Michael Phelps, I can't really think of anybody else. Who else looks like you that wins gold medals? You know what I'm saying? Simone is black. The girl that won the gold, that took her place, or whoever, she's super Asian looking. I know they're American, but you know what I mean? So it bugs me how America like pushes all like this on these athletes, and if this person was on the street, like, you would treat them like shit because your racist ass be like they're not American, right?
Right.
One has Haitian and the other one has some sort of Asian, So it's like we're asking for these golds. You don't even like this person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yet you're like, oh, give me a gold. Half of like the basketball team, the whole controversy when they put Kevin Love, was because they just put a token white guy because it was all black guys. We want a gold, don't we? So you better send Durant, you better send all the, there's a bunch of halfsies in there anyway, you know what I mean? Like, we got the white representation there, the moms. But I just feel some type of way that they're like going like this with this girl, with Naomi Osaka. And then they're mad because she's competing, or she was going to compete in the Olympics in the Japan side. She was born in Japan, bro.
Yeah.
Luka, what's his name? The basketball player from the Mavericks? He's playing in his, but he's blonde, and we love him, but it's like, he's not American, so, you know what I mean? But then we hate on these Americans that are not, I guess, white, I could just say. And we asked all this from these athletes, but the thing about Simone, though, is that, and they say a lot, it's not like basketball, it's not like football, it's not like wrestling. She could kill herself if she's not mentally prepared. She could break her neck.
The uneven bars.
It's just her. One mistake could kill her.
Yeah, because they're like doing these tumblings.
Whatever you call it, but that you land wrong,
land on her,
break your neck.
Well, they had a story. I forgot who I think she was with the Russian team, or what do they call it? The ROC. They don't want to be considered Russia because they've split up. But anyways, I remember she like broke her hip or something, and her coach told her to suck it up, and then I think she became like paralyzed after that because it like deformed her.
Oh, can you imagine? So your whole career is over. So for her to be like, hey, my mental's not okay, I'm gonna opt out of this one because she's still in there getting what you say, browns, getting the browns,
Bronze.
bronze. I don't know why I said browns. Bronce is in
Bronze.
Spanish. Getting the say it again.
Bronze.
Getting the bronze. Is that how you say it? Bronze.
Yeah.
Sounds so funny. Anyway, she got the bronce, right? Was that my neighbor or the sky?
Sounds like
a car with loudspeakers. Yeah, she's getting medals even when she's not 100%. Shikari, with her mom situation. Naomi too, pulling out because of her mental's not there. Like, oh my God, you people couldn't even, in your wildest dreams, you couldn't be the type of athlete these kids are. Like they were saying, Jalen Rose, Kevin Durant can have a bad game and still come back and whatever, She has a bad day, her whole career in life could be done, so yeah, I think
there's a lot of people like she's selfish, she's
selfish.
I know.
She's selfish when we're like, we're Americans, we won a gold medal. But she's selfish.
I'm just like, if you're the best at your event or platform or whatever, then you're the best. I mean, and then that's what I was thinking. Like, there's like I forgot the number, 500 U.S. people in the Olympics, maybe more. And China, I think, has, well, Japan probably had more because they're in Tokyo. But
you still have to qualify.
That's true. But it's like, it's comparing. I think it's even a greater challenge if you're one of 5 from a little tiny country and you win against. That means you're the greatest, like a runner, you're the fastest runner or whatever event you're in.
Not only that, dude, in other countries, they don't pay, like sometimes it's your hobby. Like they don't pay you. Like I don't know who I was talking to about the Mexican soccer team. The females, they don't get paid. Like they have to have their jobs and then they do this on the side. They don't get paid, bro. So it bugs me how Mexico just lost against the U.S. Like, you're getting paid, motherfuckers. You're actual athletes here in Mexico.
Yeah.
Like, the females, they get treated like shit. But in other countries, like I saw this Cuban man won gold in wrestling, I believe. And have you seen what's going on in Cuba?
Yeah.
Like, shit is a mess. Of their own fucking Cuban, I don't know how you say, like, paisano, the mayor of Miami is like, yeah, bomb them. Like, that's how bad shit is in Cuba, and like, what, people dying, like, the images are fucking horrific.
It's already crazy.
But Cuba going through all these things. You think this motherfucker had to support, not like this gentleman, like this person that won the gold medal, like, you think he had support from the country for him to be the gold medalist wrestler? But yet, here in America, you get to do that. And that's why we're so greedy with shit, I think, Like, in those countries, it's like...
Yeah, it's...
I'm trying to remember. There was a story about... And I forgot which country, I forgot which sport, but the person didn't do it, and they killed him. They put him in jail once he got back, and then they killed him because he didn't get the...
Yeah.
He didn't win. Bro, we deal with, like, Michael Phelps smoke weed, and we shun, we, like, fucking look down upon him. But
Well, the doping thing with I think it was.
Yeah, you're right.
What's it called?
That's true. I forgot about that.
It's the ROC or something.
RSS.
But speaking of, on a lighter note, about the Olympics, gosh, sorry. I gotta stop. I need to enunciate. Have you seen the viral thing with the horse? It's called dressage.
Okay.
In equestrian, they have this
That's
event
the word I was thinking about, equestrian.
Where the horse does a dance to music, and it's just the horse and the jockey, and they're making these moves like to the music, and there's one guy from, I think it's from France. He was a DJ, and he did like all these popular songs, and the horse looks like he's dancing to like a modern, like not like a rap song, but a pop song, and it's so cool. And what's the point of my story? But Kevin Hart and Snoop were doing the Olympics, and they were talking about, they called it crip walking.
Crip walking.
And they showed this horse, and Snoop was like, boom, 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 boom. He's like, I didn't know this was in the Olympics. And then they were talking about they have to fly their horse to Tokyo. And guess what? The horses go on Emirates, which is an airline that's really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And the athlete, the jockey or whatever, goes on Southwest.
Oh,
so
shit.
The horses
have better.
I think Emirates is more equipped to. Maybe they have bigger planes for
cargo.
For cargo, but.
That's funny.
But the athletes are going Southwest, and they're like, "What the heck?"
Well, didn't you see how their beds are made out of cardboard supposedly so they wouldn't have sex? And everybody's saying like, these motherfuckers are athletes. They can have sex standing up. Like, we are the ones that need the comfort.
Especially the gymnasts.
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
They can put their head
like a leg
there.
up here, like do like a fucking
even
handstand
runners
and
are
fuck that
really
way.
Flexible.
Everybody in the Olympics is better than us
They're
at sex.
better. They probably are not having cramps.
No, I'm getting Charlie horses and shit. They don't gotta take a break after the first orgasm.
On a lampshade or something.
But I was fuck, what was I gonna tell you about so I don't know if they do this in rodeos, but in Mexican rodeos there's a thing where the horse dances with a mariachi.
Ah.
Yeah, so someone's singing and they do a little dance, and it's super like
they go sideways. And actually Snoop was like, do the horses get a gold? And it's the jockey that gets the gold. Why doesn't the horse get it? Because the horse is doing all the work. But
you don't give the medal to the basketball. You don't get the medal to.
But the horse is doing the work.
Yeah, but you trained it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't think without the person, the horse could do. I could see
Snoop's side of the story.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I'd rather the horse get some meals and like a good treatment rather than what do they want a gold medal for? You know, horses are like, fuck this shit. Can I eat it?
I think that's my new Olympic favorite.
It's called
dressage. I didn't even know it was called dressage, and my niece was like, she goes to horse riding lessons, and now she's like an expert, and she's like, it's called dressage. I'm like, well,
is that French or what?
I don't like it. It sounds French.
It doesn't sound American.
But I don't know. Equestrian people are pretty wealthy. It's like royal people from England. In fact, one of the Americans is from England, but she lives in like San Bernardino or whatever. So
it's true. I was just gonna tell you. I remember when I first heard, and it was from white girls that they're like, "Oh, my horse, my pony." I was like, "What?"
My pony.
And they're like, I remember I went to this thing called Girls' Day, and it was all white women. It was a bunch of high school girls from New Mexico. All white except me and this Native American girl from my high school. We're the ones that made it. And all these white girls talking about their ponies and stuff, and her and I were like, are they for real or are they joking? And no, they were for real. And then you and I know a person that I remember when we started working. Well, maybe you started working later with her. I started working with her first, but then you joined and you met her, and she would talk about how her horse, and I'm like, so this is a thing, like white women have horses for real, and like as pets, you know. And I remember her saying, horse
when I was growing
up. You told me that too, and then I remember her saying
she was like
that
a broodmare, and
but I remember her complaining
put her at
about
the pasture and they gave her to me.
Oh well, I remember her complaining about apparently it's really expensive places that keep your horse, stables or whatever they're called. So
Oh,
she
yeah?
was like talking
Oh, I
about
know
how
who you're talking
pricey it
about now.
was and I'm like, this bitch is talking about how she needs to pay a garage for her fucking Lamborghini, kind of. It's like, that's not a struggle. I'm like, fucking give the horse away or sell it if you can't afford to keep him. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a privilege that I
Yeah.
can't keep, like, I can't find a good place to keep my horse.
With
Get out of here, bitch.
when I was growing up, this horse that I had, you know, she was a broodmare, which is like she is just the surrogate mother for these quarter horses, which is like an more expensive breed.
Okay.
That's another thing about equestrian. Those horses are like Arabian. I think quarter horse is more American.
I don't know anything about horses, bro. Like, you could be telling
Oh,
me
I
whatever
do.
right now, and I'll be
I
like,
can tell you
sure.
about horses.
I've been on a horse maybe twice.
You know what? How many hands a horse is? Like hands, 15 hands tall or 16.
I don't know.
That's how they measure horses. How many hands?
Like, I don't
Like
measure what?
how tall they
dick?
are.
Oh.
How tall their legs are.
Oh.
Because you have like short, stumpy.
Why not just use feet or centimeters or?
I don't know, but I think that was.
Interesting. I've never heard hands being
I
used
think
as measurement.
equestrian shit came from. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think it came from England, and then England, you know, they
I
went.
think from Arabs, no?
I think England stole like Arabian horses, and because they were wealthy, just like with
everything else.
Those, what do they call them? Colonists,
Colonizers.
colonizers.
On that note, we just reached the hour.
Ooh, my stomach's starting now.
It's because we
I
ate
have to go
McDonald's.
take a poopy.
I thought I needed to take a shit. Maybe it's McDonald's, bro. Okay. I'm only gonna eat McDonald's once a month.
Dude, I just had the burger. I didn't have the fries.
I ate it
I should
today.
have just ate the meat. That's what.
What she said. No!
Don't eat the meat, little crazy. Just kidding.
Oh my
Eat it if you
gosh,
want it.
it's so funny. In work situations, I want to say that so bad, but nobody will probably understand what I'm saying.
That's what she said?
Yeah.
Oh, I only have a group of people that I do that with. Like, I have a group of people that we do translations. And there's a thing called SpanishDictionary.com, but it's SpanishDict.com. So I'm always like, have you tried Spanish Dict? Because I don't really use that. And they laugh and they're like, oh my God, Paloma. And I'm like, I love to joke like that, man. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to go back to having like the 9-to-5 professional mask, but also like knowing who to trust with this stuff. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you want to do a joke and then like I think, I don't know if it's one of the podcasts that got erased, but that girl I told you with the Chick-fil-A and she loves God. that was funny, you know? But anyway, such is life, and yeah, we're done.
Well, but you know, I want to say something like when I get back to New Mexico, I want to try Five Guys.
Oh, so
Remember that story?
no, but I was
I was telling my husband.
oh,
When we go
I
back to
totally
Albuquerque,
forgot.
I want to try Five Guys. And he's like, did you hear this what you said? Yeah, Five Guys. Oh, Five Guys.
I was
5 is too much.
I had a lady over the weekend, and I was like, you want to order some food? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I feel like burgers. So we're looking at the burgers, and she goes, I've never had Five Guys. And then she giggled, and I'm all like, oh. I get it.
Just like that.
But that's funny, because that shit had
We
stuff
should do
inside of
each
it.
other.
We should just do each other hardcore. Oh, lordy.
Anyways,
There you go.
Don't stop, get it, get it.